Good morning. It's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. And today I want to talk about a simple concept for those of you who feel like you are just not getting what you want. That Source is denying you, God is denying you. You're trying so hard. You're desperate to get what you want. You're desperate to heal. And yet it is not happening. So if you're interested in this video, then give it a thumbs up right now and consider subscribing for more videos like this. So when you are trying to manifest health, or when you're trying to use personal development or grow, when you're doing any kind of a protocol, when you are trying, right, to overcome something, when you are trying to manifest what it is that you want. And in this case, if you're chronically ill, if you're in chronic pain, symptoms, suffering, you want to heal. You want to be free from those symptoms. And you can't understand why it's not happening. And you feel like God, Source, or the universe is against you. Like no matter what you do, you keep coming up against these walls. Or you make progress only to fall back. You make a couple steps forward only to feel inevitably like you're going backwards or going right back to the beginning. If this is how you feel, and then you feel like a victim, you feel, hopeless and helpless, and you feel like nothing will ever work for you, I want you to understand this simple concept. Everything that is happening for you right now in the moment, whether you feel like you're going forward and making progress, or whether you feel like you're going backwards or at a standstill and spinning your wheels, what is happening right now is not happening to you. And I know this is really hard to believe when people say this, but it is happening for you. So when life or God or Source says, I'm not going to give this to you, you can't have this, it's not because they're punishing you. It's not because you haven't learned your lesson, right? It's not because it's not available to you. It's not because it can never happen. Our trauma, our pain, whether it's physical or emotional, and all of our suffering happens in the now, in this moment. So our trauma comes up in the moment. Our past comes up to meet us in the moment. Our beliefs come up to meet us in the moment, right? Our identity comes up to meet us in the moment. What we believe, right? Our identity, our beliefs about ourselves, and our past that inform these beliefs come up to meet us in the moment. And when you're not making progress or healing, when you are not getting what you want or living the life you want, it is God saying to you, this is me showing you that your beliefs haven't changed yet, that you haven't changed yet, that you're still carrying your past trauma forward, that you still believe something is wrong with you or bad with you. You're living in guilt and shame and fear and anger. These daily triggers that you have, these daily sensations and symptoms and emotions, and how you think about them, how you feel about them, what you do with them, what you believe about them, is your identity, is your beliefs, is everything coming up to the surface. And if you're not getting what you want, God or Source or whatever you believe is saying, you haven't changed yet. I'm showing you what's wrong. You are still carrying your old beliefs with you. You're still carrying your old past hurts with you. You're still carrying the old way that you believe about yourself, or what you think about yourself, or what you feel about yourself. You're bringing the old into right now, into this moment, because you haven't changed. But when you start to change what you believe, when you start to change how you react, when you start to change how you respond, when you start to change what you identify with and who you believe you are, when you start to grow and expand through pain, through the suffering, when you start to make these changes in the now, in a fundamental way, Not just because you want something or, hey, I'm supposed to think this way so that I can heal, so that I can get this. No, when you truly become a new version of yourself by responding to what's happening differently, not because you're supposed to, not because you're doing a brain retraining program, not because you're repeating an affirmation, but because you're doing it because you actually changed internally, because you actually see yourself as lovable and worthy. When you actually come from a place of joy and love, right, and peace, instead of fear and guilt and shame, when you actually inside start to embody new beliefs and new identities, and you start to shift and make changes to who you are, truly, not in a forced way, but in an authentic, real, you believe this way, that's when things start to shift. This is when we start to call back our power. This is what our own personal power really looks like. It's not being powerful or strong or fighting against what is. It's knowing who you are, who you want to be, and responding and reacting and feeling and believing and knowing from that place. Making those changes internally changes who you are, and it changes what you will receive. It changes what you're going to do. It changes who you are, right? It changes your trajectory in life. It changes everything. And it opens when you're coming from a place of growth and expansion and openness, right? And different vibrations for real, not forced, but for real. Then everything is changing and everything is available to you. God's not punishing you. Source is not punishing you. Bringing you gifts in every moment that says you still haven't changed yet. You still haven't deeply changed yet. Change first. Change. And your reality will change. Change inside. And the outside world will change. This is the essence with the law of attraction, with the law of manifestation, right? What the law of assumption is. It's like when you are changed, when you are a changed human being, everything is changed. Ask yourself, are you worth healing? Right? Are you worth it? Do you love yourself? Are you kind? How are you speaking to yourself? How are you showing up for yourself? Right? Do you believe in yourself? Do you know that you are not meant for illness, that you are meant for health, that you are meant for a bigger purpose? Do you know that deeply? Do you come from that place with everyone else in your life and everything that you do? Or are you carrying who you were in the past or who you believe that you are now into the future? You can't grow into someone new unless you change. Change is scary, right? Change takes courage. Change takes new beliefs. So when you get this right, then the outside changes to match what's changing on the inside. And that truly is the law of assumption. That is the law of manifestation. That is healing the past. That's trauma work, right? That is working with your triggers in real time. That is doing, inner child work. That is going back to a point that reminds you that you're loved, that you are worthy, that you are accepted and loved, and that you are perfect just as you are. This is all of it, all rolled up into one. It's past trauma healing, right? It's healing your past. It's healing your triggers. It's healing all that trauma that you hold inside. It's healing your emotions. It's healing your beliefs. It's manifestation. It's loving yourself enough to change and to deeply believe and to deeply know that you deserve that. And that's just not a wish. It's not just a wish of something that you want, but it's actually who you are. It is actually who you are. And when you live your life from this place, then change can happen. And then everything can become available to you. Then you can step into your true power. Then you can become what it is that you want because you believe that that is truly who you are, right? Who you are meant to be. So If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and watch this one. I think you're really going to enjoy it. If you're interested in learning more about my Become Your Own Healer program, then click the link in the comments below. Thank you for being with me today, and I will see you in the next video.